I still beside you? Jesus, where are you? Am I still beside you? Am I still beside you?
All right, man. I want you to introduce who you are. I want you to discuss about how your situation is similar to the situation of Seth.
Well, my name's Grant Kirka. I'm a student here at LCU. I'm studying youth and family ministries, and I think I can relate to Seth a lot. Seth's mother was sick with cancer, and I grew up. My mother was sick with ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a degenerative nerve disease, and it just slowly kills you. And so, from the time I was very young, my brother was born a year after me, and that's when she was diagnosed, to when I was a sophomore in high school when she passed away. She had that the whole time through. And so, me, like Seth, I was always praying for healing. That was at the end of every, like, the cute little kid's bedtime prayer. That was my prayer, except at the end I always say, and please make my mom get better. Also, like Seth, my father, he had cancer later in my junior year of high school, and he passed away from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And that was pretty rapid, too. And a little bit of the same. It was a little different, my prayer life, but it's still really, God, if it's your desire here, healing would be great. I'd love it. So I guess I can definitely relate to Seth.
Okay, so knowing what happened to your parents and the process of dealing with that, how has your faith changed since the time that those two things occurred?
It's been a process. When I pray for someone now, I still pray for what I think of as the best outcome that I can hope for, but I also pray, that God would just work in their lives and the lives of people around them. That it would just be, because what I think is best might not always be what best. I'm willing to admit that I don't know everything. I only have so limited knowledge. So, well, I still pray for healing for people who are sick. I also pray for the people around them. I pray for them themselves, that they would have comfort, and that this situation, as bad as it could be used for good.
Okay. So knowing that people often walk away from God because they have this idea that bad things can't happen to good people if God is a loving God, why do you still choose to be a Christian even though these things happen to you?
I'm still a Christian. I would say that I identify because God loves me, and I can see that. I can see that through the way my parents lived and lived through me, and through the way I feel like I've received blessing from God in the way that how my life has went. I feel blessed to have lived the life I live. Bad things happen, but in the end, even though not everything's happened how I want it to happen, I know God is ultimately in control. And that not even death can beat us as Christians, so I think that's pretty cool.
If there is one last message you would give to our students about this topic, what would it be?
God loves you, but He's not there to protect you. He never says nothing bad will ever happen to you. That's not a promise that we can take to heart. What we can take to heart is that Jesus ultimately will be victorious. That death, it loses its power once we know that He's beaten it, and we will too. It's not something you can't serve God for what you're going to get from God, because you'll never feel like you're getting enough. Because no matter what you get in this world, it just doesn't stack up.